Okay everyone, so this is the video for 12-3 which is the next task in your workbook, which deals with how to use a if function in Excel. Okay, a if function checks one condition and tells you if the condition is met or not. Okay, take for example, you want to pay commission to salespeople based on their sales. You pay commission to only persons who have made sales of more than 20,000. So the target is 20,000. But if you have 100 salespeople, you cannot keep checking one by one for 100 salespeople whether the target has met or not. So you use a if function. So you say if each and every salesperson is more than 20,000, then only that person will be paid the commission. So it's easier to use a if function in Excel rather than checking hundreds and thousands of columns of data to see if a particular condition has been met or not. If is a logical function. Okay, if is called as a logical function because it checks the logic. If a condition is met, it will give you some answer. If the condition is not met, it will give you another answer. And both these answers also you have to specify. So you have to say if the commission is met, you should say yes, calculate the commission. If the target is not met, then you say no bonus will be paid. So you have to set what you want Excel to do when the condition is met and what do you want Excel to do when the condition is not met. So this is the use of a if function. So we are going to learn in this particular task 12-3 how to use a simple if function. So to do this, they want you to open the file called target.gp, which I have already opened. So the file I have got is target.gp. So we are using this task. So we opened the file already, target.gp. So first thing they want you to do is to calculate the gross profit in column D. So in column D, you have to calculate the gross profit, but it is already calculated here. If you want to calculate gross profit, you know the formula. It is sales minus cost of sales. So sales minus cost of sales will give you the gross profit, but here it is already calculated. Next thing they want us to do, then the gross profit percentage in column E. Gross profit percentage is the gross profit as a percentage of sales. So they want you to calculate gross profit percentage in comparison with the sales. So the formula is gross profit divided by sales, and then you can convert the answer to percentages if the cell is not already set to percentage. Okay, so formula to calculate the gross profit percentage is gross profit divided by sales. Press enter and you can see that it is already been converted into a percentages, so you don't need to do anything to change it into percentage again. Come to the corner of the cell, double click to calculate the same gross profit percentage to all the other cells also. Next, format the values in column E as a percentage format to 1 decimal place. So they only want to show 1 decimal place. Okay, highlight all of them, right click, format cells and reduce it to 1 decimal place. And you can see when you reduce it to 1 decimal place, it is rounding up to 15%. Say OK, and now you can see all the percentages have been rounded up, and you can see 15, 12, 20, etc. with no only single decimal places. Next thing, using an if statement, return yes if G gross profit percentage is greater than or equal to the target in B1 and no if it is not. So we have a gross profit percentage target which is 15%. And here we want to check in which month the target is met and in which month the target is not met. So they want to use a if condition. Compare our gross profit with the target profit. Return yes if the target is met and return no if the target is not met. So just like the VLOOKUP, if function also should be inserted using the formulas. Do not type it. So equal to, go to formulas. If is a logical function. Okay, if is a logical function. So click here and you can see the function if. Double click and then the function has opened. So this is your if function. In the first section we enter our test. So our test is the profit greater than the target or not, or equal to. If it is true, then we want to return yes. If it is false, we want to return no. So if gross profit is in cell E4 is greater than or equal to B1, it is displaying your target. So you are checking both greater than or equal to. So wherever it is greater than or equal to 15, that means the condition is met. So you want to return yes. But if the condition is not met, you want to return no. So that is what we have typed. So E4 is a percentage for January. You are comparing that with the target in B1. If the target is met, you want to return yes. So value if true, you want to return is yes. But if the condition is false, then you want to return no. Now you are going to copy paste this formula into the next cells. This E4 can change to E5, E6, E7, etc. But this B1 is not changing. It is remaining the same. So to make the same formula B1 not to change, you need to add absolute referencing, which is the dollar signs in front of the row and in front of the column. So I put $B, $1. So that means this B1 cell is not changing, because every time you are comparing each month's gross profit percentage with B1. So B1 is constant, you are not changing it. So that's why I put dollar signs to do absolute referencing on B1. E4 you don't need absolute referencing because you want to change it every month when you drag the formula down. If the condition is met, you want to return yes. And if the condition is not met, you want to return no. And say OK. Here it is saying no. So there is a reason for that. Before we continue and check what is it, let's compare and drag the formula to the other cells to see if it is working or not. Now you can see 12% working, 20% working, it says yes, target has met. 19% working again, yes, target has met. 15% working again. All of these are working. But these two, this 15% it is telling no, and this 15% also it is telling no. So there is some reason why this formula is not working. Okay, so let's see what does the question say. Check your results. Are you getting the results you expect? So we have seen that in two of the cells the results are not accurate. So let's see why the result is not accurate. You may find in the above this should be yes, but the target has been met, but Y is not working. Change the format in the column E to 2 decimal places. Previously we reduced the decimal place. So the correct answer usually here was 14.98%. But later when we changed the decimal places, it became 15. But inbuilt the answer was still 14.98. That means it is not greater than or equal to 15. So that's why it is giving no. So select it. And now they said increase the format to 2 decimal places. So we increase it to 2 decimal places. And now you can see why these two cells the formula was not working. Here and also here. These two are 14.98, not fully 15. So because of that the formula was not working, because even though you rounded it up to 1 decimal place, Excess is still looking at the calculation. And the calculation answer was still 14.98. It is not 15. So because of that this was returning a incorrect answer. So to avoid this type of incorrect answers, what you can do is you can round up the figures rather than just leaving by reducing the decimal places, etc. you have a function called round. Okay, it will actually round up the figures accurately so that even the formulas also can look at the rounded figures without looking at the base answers. Okay, so let's see what does the task say next. Use round function in column E to round the calculation to 3 decimal places, because note for percentages 14.98 is equal to 0.149. So if you round up to 3 decimal places, this 9 will get added here, it will become 15, and then the answer will change. So they want to use a round function to round up the calculation to up to 3 decimal places, then your 14.98 will become 15. So let's see how to do that. So you want to round up this to 3 decimal places. So go to the first function, how to do the round. In front of your calculation, type round. Okay, so you can see the function is coming here, round. Open bracket, this is your formula. Put a comma and see how many decimal places you want to round it up by. So this first d4 by b4 is the calculation or the number what you have got, and this 3 is how many digits you want to round it up by. So round the calculation, comma, the number of digits. If you want to round it up by 2 digits, you put 2. If you do not want to round up at all and only want 2 numbers, then you can put 0 here and so on. Okay, so round the function or the formula whatever you are using, comma, the number of digits you want to round it up to. Now say enter, and now you can see this one, which was 14.98% previously, become 15%, and your answer has also changed. Do the same for the remaining also. Double click, and now all of the values have been rounded, and even this one also, which was giving incorrect answer, now is giving the right answer. And now if you check, all your formulas are working correctly. Now let's see, continue, what are they saying? Your formula should now work. We checked that it is now working, so we don't have to continue this. They are telling if it is not working, you need to use absolute referencing and everything, but our formulas are working, so we don't have to worry. Change the value in B1 to 20% and see how column F changes. So previously our target in the cell B1 was 15%. So wherever the gross profit percentage is 15 or more than 15, it started saying yes. But now they want to change your target to 20. And see, as soon as I change that here, your formula answers should also change. And now you can see everywhere it is less than 20%, it is selling no, and where it is 20 or more than 20%, it is saying yes. So the target has only actually been met 2 times, and in all the other months the target has not been met. So that is the use of your if function. Okay, and also we used a round function in here, which will help you to round the calculations to how many ever decimal places you want it to. So how did we write that? It was round equal to round the number whatever we want. So here our number was D4 divided by B4, and we put a comma and the number of digits we want to round it to. That is the formula what we used to further round. Okay, I'm just writing it there so that you remember it. Okay, we also have functions called round up and round down. You can see round up and round down, because as you know, VAT is not rounded up, it is rounded down. So if you want to specifically say to Excel to round it down, then you can use a round down function. Round and round up are the same thing. By default it always rounds up, but if you specifically want any calculations to be rounded down but not up, for example the VAT, we use the round down function. So all these 3 functions work in the same way. So you type it, this time let's say round down, and use the same formula, D4 divided by B4 and to 3 decimal places, and see, it is showing 0.149. It is not rounding up to 15 anymore. It is left to 149, so it is rounding down. Okay, so this is your different formulas which you can use. So I'm going to remove this equal to sign so that you can see the different functions. So it is round up, round, or the same thing. It is basically rounding up the figures, but round down is going to help you to round down the calculations. Thank you.